Some movies are born timeless, but Back to the Future raced in at 88 miles per hour and rewrote the rules entirely. On silver screen stuff, we're hitching a ride with Marty, Doc, and an entire crew of storytellers, discovering how coffee-fueled script sessions, wild casting shakeups, and some serious movie magic turned sci-fi chaos into cinema history. Buckle up, this is the making of Back to the Future, from discarded drafts to cult legend. In an era when time travel was the stuff of outlandish comic books, a pair of imaginative filmmakers quietly wondered, what if you could go back and meet your parents at your age? That innocent question would become the beating heart of one of cinema's most beloved adventures. The story begins in 1980, with screenwriter Bob Gale stumbling upon his father's high school yearbook. As he flipped the pages, Gale was struck by a revelation. He knew so little about the young man his father once was. What if they had gone to school together? Would they have been friends? This single thought became the seed from which Back to the Future would sprout. Robert Zemeckis and Bob Gale faced an uphill battle. Their script was too wholesome for many studios, who called it too sweet for the raunchy 80s comedy market. Yet Disney outright balked at the undertones of a mother unknowingly falling for her son. Years before a frame was shot, the film had already traveled its own bumpy road through Hollywood's gatekeepers. Imagine this. Before he was Doc Brown, Christopher Lloyd was not even considered. Producers hounded John Lithgow and Jeff Goldblum, but both passed. Lloyd, almost declining himself, only took the role after being urged by his wife to read the zany script. His iconic, wild-eyed performance as Doc Brown happened almost by accident. He based Doc's frenetic mannerisms on conductor Leopold Stokowski and a bit of Albert Einstein's thoughtful quirkiness. Few realize that Marty McFly's journey through Hill Valley was nearly led by another face entirely. Eric Stoltz, known for dramatic intensity, was cast as Marty and even filmed several weeks' worth of scenes. It wasn't until producers reviewed dailies and sensed something deeply off, no spark of comedic magic, that they made the gut-wrenching decision to recast the role with Michael J. Fox, who'd been their first choice all along but was forced to juggle filming family ties during nights and weekends. Lighting up the imagination, Doc's DeLorean time machine wasn't always metallic and futuristic. The original script sent Marty and Doc swooping through time inside a battered refrigerator powered by a nuclear blast in the Nevada desert, a sequence ultimately realigned out of fear children might imitate it dangerously at home. When production finally revved up with Michael J. Fox secured, every second on set was a race against exhaustion and daylight. Fox shot family ties by day, then hopped into a studio car that whisked him straight to Back to the Future's night shoots, sometimes grabbing only 2 hours sleep before repeating it all over again. With heavy obstacles already surmounted, another challenge lurked in plain sight: the clock tower scene. In reality, that structure crowned Universal Studios' infamous Courthouse Square set, which would later burn down in a massive 2008 fire. At night, under pouring rain machines and banks of flickering lights, cast and crew staged electric stunts that seemed to summon lightning not just for Hill Valley, but for movie-making history itself. The soundscape of Back to the Future is a hidden world unto itself. Composer Alan Silvestri ignored studio urges for pop hits alone, in favor of crafting a symphonic score, grand yet earnest. That gave Marty's skateboard chases and Doc's dramatic revelations an outsized emotional weight rarely heard in sci-fi comedies. Curiously enough, Huey Lewis's smash hit The Power of Love, featured prominently in Marty's world, came perilously close to being cut altogether. Lewis initially did not want to write a song referencing time travel or movies at all. Instead, he submitted a piece he'd written without any specific theme, and it turned out to embody exactly what filmmakers needed: energetic optimism for a new generation. For every moment of movie magic on screen, there were unseen technical gambles behind the scenes, a prime example being Industrial Light and Magic's experimental use of optical effects to create the DeLorean's burning tire tracks across Hill Valley pavement. The effect required painstaking frame-by-frame compositing using physical black powder, ignited on set then married digitally, with shimmering brilliance decades before CGI would become standard fare. Those famous 88 miles per hour speedometer shots? They involved more than prop dashboards. Hidden mechanisms activated lights at precise intervals while crew members off camera yanked wires beneath car seats to simulate wild shakes and sudden bursts forward, all timed meticulously with camera whirring. Unbeknownst to even many fans today, Crispin Glover's turn as George McFly included improvisations so unpredictable that producers sometimes rolled extra takes, just to capture whichever eccentricity surfaced next. A nervous laugh here, a dance move there. None repeated quite the same way twice. Looking back, universal acclaim seemed predestined. But test screenings nearly went awry when early versions previewed without Alan Silvestri's roaring orchestration. Audience scores were shockingly lukewarm until music dramatically shifted perception from mild amusement to rapturous delight overnight. If you love learning movie facts, hit like and subscribe for more silver screen stuff.